In this video, we're gonna see how to use the ChatGPT open source model API using Python. And using that API, we're gonna create a chatbot. When I get the API key for free, we don't have to use any credit card or debit card to get the API key. We're gonna get the API key for free. Since it is an open source model, right? We can also download it and install it in our local system. And so you consider this is the official page for the GPT OSS model that they have released. You consider introducing GPT OSS, and they release it as a open source model, meaning you can download it and run it in your local machine. And they have released it two variants: GPT OSS, that is fine on 120 billion parameters, and another version GPT OSS 20 billion parameter. They have released the two versions for the open source. And if you scroll down, you can see that they provide the information about these two models, that is the 120 billion parameter and 20 billion parameter. And if you look at the context length is same for the both the models. And yeah, so we're gonna see how to get the API key for this. But first, if you want to install this locally, what you can do is just click on this link, explore on Hugging Face. It will open up this Hugging Face where you can have the option to see all the files. You consider this the GPT OSS 120 billion parameter, and if you scroll down, you consider this the model that you have to download if you want to run it locally. And if you want to see how to get this model using the code, you consider use this model. Just click on this button and select the transformers. You consider this the code, and if you want to run it, just copy and paste the code in your Python script. It will download the model automatically. Or if you want to install the same model using the Olama, you can also do that. Just type Olama, and you consider here we have your Olama. Just open this, and here in the search model, just type GPT OSS. You consider here we have the GPT OSS, and the size of this model is 14 GB, and size for the 120 billion parameter is 65 GB. And if you want to run this, just copy the command and paste in the Olama terminal. You consider Olama run GPT OSS. But the problem here is the size of this model. You consider to run this GPT open source model, you have to have at least 16 GB of RAM, then only you can run this model. But if you don't have the system configuration, then what we can do is we can use the API. So this is what we gonna do in this video. Let us see how to do that. To get the API key for this open source model, just open the new tab and type open router, and just head over to this website openrouter.ai. The open router, what they will do is they will provide the API key for all the models that is available. Consider GPT-5 chat. They are providing the API key for this GPT-5 also. So if you want to get the API key for this, you can also get it. And they are providing Gemini 2.5 Pro also. And make sure you have a account creator on this website, and make sure you log in. And in the search bar, just type GPT, and you consider GPT OSS. Here we have a free model, GPT OSS 20 billion, and it is free. That means you can create the API key for free. You don't have to use any credit card. Just click on API section and click on create API key, and you consider have already created two API keys, Kimi and DeepSeek. Just click on create API key and give a name for your API key, GPT OSS, and I'm gonna click on create. Now we got the API key, right? Then let me copy this API key. So don't worry, I will delete this API key after this video ends. So let me open up the Visual Studio Code now, and I'm gonna create a Python file now. So let me create a new file, and I'm gonna save this file as Python file. So this will be main.py, and let's paste the API key here. So here API key equal to this will be our API key that we have copied. So this will be our API key. Now we got the API key, right? We have to interact with this API key. So for this, since we are using the third party, right? So to interact with this third party, what we have to do is we have to install a library called the OpenAI library. So using the OpenAI library, we can interact with this open router API key. So if you go to the documentation now, and if you scroll down, you consider this the documentation. So don't worry, I will explain the each line in simple terms. So make sure you continue watch the video. You consider we have to install the OpenAI library. So to do that, just open up your command prompt, and in the command prompt, just type pip install OpenAI. This will install a library for you. Pip install OpenAI and press enter. This will download the library for you. You consider requirement already satisfied. So let me close the terminal now. Let's go to the Visual Studio Code. Let's import the library that we have installed now. From OpenAI, we're gonna import the OpenAI class, and now we have the OpenAI, right? We can create a client. So client equal to OpenAI. Inside this, we need to pass the base URL because we are using the third party, right? So using the third party, we are interacting with the OpenAI GPT model. If you go to the documentation, here we have the base model URL, that is the base URL, and paste the URL here. This is our base URL, and the API key equal to this will be our API key that we have defined above. Now we got the client, right? We can also get the prompt. So prompt equal to, we can get the prompt directly from the user. So enter the prompt. So we're gonna get the prompt directly from the user. Response equal to, we have the client, right? Using the client, we can get the response. So client dot chat dot completions dot create. So inside this create method, we have to pass the model name. So here we are using the model called the ChatGPT OSS 20 billion parameter. That is the free one. Since it is a open source, you can also download it and run it in your local machine. The model name is, so model equal to get the model name, we consider it already pop up some model name, but the model name that we are interested is, just go to the models page now, click on models here, and in the search models, just type GPT OSS and you consider this is the model that we are interested in. And just copy this is our model name, copy this and paste it here. This is our model name. Now we have the model name, right? Then what we can do is we can create the prompt. So messages equal to, so inside these messages we have to pass two things, that is the role, and since the role user, we have to pass user. So role equal to, role is user and the content is the prompt that we get from the user. So content, this will be our prompt variable. The prompt we will get directly from the user. So now we got the response, right? Then what we can do is we can simply print out the response. That's it. Just save this Python script and run it now. You consider it asks us to enter the prompt. For the prompt, what I'm gonna do is, who are you? Let's see what we get for the response. And you consider here we got a JSON response, and inside the JSON response there are a lot of things, but the one thing you notice is that inside this JSON we have a option called the choices, and inside the choices we have a another key called the messages, and inside the messages we have the content. What we can do is we can use these keys to extract the content only. So let's try to do that now. Let me close this terminal. So instead of directly printing all the things, we can extract only the things that we want. So inside the first choice we're gonna extract the messages, and inside the message we're gonna only get the content. So that's it. This time if you run this, you consider again it asks us to enter the prompt, and for the prompt again I'm gonna ask the same thing, who are you, and this time we should only get the response only. Consider I am a ChatGPT model and built by OpenAI. I'm here to answer your queries. So and you consider this basic, and let's try to run this one more time. And for this prompt what we can do is write a Python script on generating a PowerPoint slides on AI. So write a Python code to generate a PowerPoint slides on AI. The thing is it will return as a markdown format. It will return the response in a markdown format. So just give a few minutes, then I will explain what I mean by that. You consider here we have a markdown code, and you consider it is not presentable, right? In the later part of this video, I will show you how to make this presentable. You consider it gave us a markdown format. What we can do is we can copy all of these. So let me copy all of these now. Let me copy all of these, and if we go to the browser, let me go to the browser. Let's open up a new tab now, and in the new tab just type markdown compiler, and in this new tab type markdown compiler and open up this website, and here copy and paste the code that you have copied now. Let me paste the code here. You consider now we got the output in a nice format. First we have to install the Python PPTX and copy and paste the below code in the, consider if you copy and paste the code, it will create a PowerPoint slide for you. Now this is presentable, right? We can also make this presentable in the Visual Studio terminal itself. And let's see how to do that now. And for this, consider before that, let's examine this code. You consider here we have what the script does. And let me clear the screen. To render the markdown code in the terminal itself, we have to use another library called the rich library. To install it, just open up your command prompt and type pip install rich. So the rich library provides the markdown render itself. So we can render the markdown in the terminal itself. So let's try to import the library that I have installed now. From rich.console, we're gonna import the console, and from rich.markdown, we're gonna import the markdown class. So that's it. What we can do is instead of printing the response directly using the print statement, we can use the console now. So let's try to put the result in the result variable. Whatever we got, I'm gonna store it in a result variable, and I'm gonna use the console now. So instead of using the print statement, I'm gonna use a console. Inside the console, we're gonna render the markdown. So console dot print. So here we have a print statement inside the console. We're gonna use it, and here we have the markdown. So inside this markdown class, pass the result. So this time it should give us the result in a nice format. And let's see, just run this Python script. And for the prompt, I'm gonna enter write a Python code on PowerPoint slides on AI. So this is our prompt, write a Python code to generate the PowerPoint slides on AI. So we got a error. Let me fix the error now. Let me close this terminal and let's try to fix the error. So actually we have to define an object for the console. So console equal to class the console class. We, we can't directly use the console class. We have to create an object for it. So console equal to this will be our console class, and here use the console variable. Console variable dot print. This time if you run it now and consider, I'm gonna copy and paste the same prompt that I have asked earlier and press enter, and you consider now we got the output in a nice format. You consider earlier this was not presentable, but now it is presentable. You consider it render as the markdown code in the terminal itself. And the cool thing is that you consider the bullet points is also presentable. You considered if you want to test this out, just copy and paste the code in the another Python script and run it. It will generate the PowerPoint slide for you. And below that, if you scroll down, you consider, let me scroll down here in the for the table also we have a nice format, and using this code, let me run this one more time. And for the prompt, I'm gonna ask like explain RNN in simple terms. Let's see what we got for this prompt. You consider now also we got the output in a nice format RNN, and let me scroll down. You consider the recurrent loop rule and network which will take sequence of data. What we can do is we can take all the code and gonna convert this into a chatbot now. Let me go to the ChatGPT now. I'm gonna open up a new ChatGPT. Just paste the code here and I'm gonna ask like make the code to chatbot. So make a chatbot out of this code and press enter, and you consider it will give us the code in the chatbot. What we can do is let me copy and paste all of this code now. Let me go to the Visual Studio Code one more time, and I'm gonna replace all this with the code that we have copied now. And let's try to run this now. And you consider now we got a nice welcome message. Chatbot is ready, and I'm gonna ask like who are you? And you consider it gave us I'm ChatGPT. And for the another prompt, I'm gonna ask like right there what analysis on Zoho. I guess what analysis on the Zoho. Let's see what we got now. And you consider it right as this SWOT analysis on the Zoho company. Let me scroll up, and you consider it list out the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. And let me scroll down, and this is the strengths. And below that we have the weakness, opportunities, stress, and they also provide a area of improvement. And you can also ask another question like what is the first prompt that they ask you. Let's see if the ChatGPT remember as the message. What is the first prompt I gave you? You consider the first prompt is who are you? This is the same thing that I have asked. Consider your very first message to me was who are you? If you scroll up now, you consider this is the same thing that I have asked. Who are you? Let's see what is the second prompt that I ask you. Second prompt then the ChatGPT can able to understand the context. Consider the second prompt is what analysis on the zoo. You consider this is the beauty of using the ChatGPT open source model. If you type the exit, it will be goodbye. So yeah, this is how you use the ChatGPT open source API using Python. This is for this video, and I will continue in the next one.